On news around the world, Orire hostages regain freedom. Federal government evacuates more Nigerians from South Africa. Oyo government pledges support in solving BCOS's operational challenges. And on the foreign scene, 12 killed in southern Spain wildfires. Good evening, and thank you for joining us on BCOS television for news around the world. I am Idowu Shekoni. The sign language interpreter is Shakirat Ogundeji. Starting on a joyful note, the pupils and teachers abducted in Orire local government area of Oyo State have regained their freedom. The development was disclosed a few minutes ago by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga. In a shared post on his verified X handle, Ononuga simply announced that the victims had been released by their abductors. As of the time of filing this report, details surrounding their release, including whether any ransom was paid or the circumstances leading to their freedom, had yet to be disclosed. One of the abductees, a teacher, speaks further.
And every security operative, they tried so much, and that is why we are still alive now. We are very grateful unto you. Thank you very much.
Some joyful abductees release hostages there. Meanwhile, earlier today, the deputy governorship candidate of the Allied People's Movement, APM, Engineer Muftau Open Salau, had called for sustained prayers for peace, security, and the safe return of all victims of abduction, particularly the now released students and teachers kidnapped from schools in Orire local government area of Oyo State. Staff reporter Adeboye Abdurrafi reports that the appeal was made during the Jumu'ah prayer at the Asaruddin Central Mosque, Eleyele, Ibadan.
The deputy governorship candidate of the Allied People's Movement, APM in Oyo State, Engineer Muftau Open Salau, was a special guest at the Asaruddin Central Mosque, Eleyele, Ibadan, where he joined the Muslim faithful for the Jumat congregational prayer. Engineer Open Salau, who is a member of the Asaruddin Society and the Giwa Adini of Oyo State, worshipped alongside other faithful at the mosque, delivering the Jumat sermon from chapter 2, verse 177 of the Holy Quran. The chief imam, Alhaji Abdurrashid Abdulaziz, urged Muslims to uphold unwavering faith in Allah, remain steadfast in worship regardless of life's challenges, and always remember the certainty of the day of reckoning. He stressed that true righteousness goes beyond acts of worship, noting that believers should demonstrate compassion by supporting the less privileged, caring for family members, and spending in the cause of Allah. The cleric also urged the faithful to remember Allah in both times of ease and hardship.
Islam ló ní déédéé, Islam ló ní dáadáa, Islam ló ní ká súnmọ́ náà ká dẹ̀ bẹ̀rù ká mọ̀ pé ní tá a bá ṣe á jí ìwájú Ọlọ́run.
Addressing the congregation after the 2-rakat prayer, Engineer Muftau Open Salau appealed to people of all faiths to continue offering prayers for peace and security across the state. He particularly sought prayers for the safe release of the students and teachers abducted from schools in Orire local government area and for an end to insecurity in the state.
This government has provided logistics to all our security apparatus more than any other state that I know. And since this incident happened in Orire local government, part of Ogbomoso zone where I also belong, it has really disturbed the government in totality from head to toe and has affected most of our activities. The government has shown concern and worried about the incident, and we pray that such thing will not happen again.
Engineer Opun Salau was accompanied by local government chairman of Oluyole, Engineer Akeem Olatunji, Ibadan Northwest, Alhaji Abdurrahman Adepoju, Lagelu, Alhaji Kamarudin Mudashir, and Egbeda, Honorable Sikiru Sanda. Adebayo Abdurrafi, BCOS News.
The governorship candidate of the Allied People's Movement, APM, in Oyo State, Honorable Bimbo Adekombi, has continued his familiarization and thank you tour with a visit to the party faithful in Ibadan Northwest and Ibadan Southwest local government areas. The gathering provided party leaders and members another opportunity to reaffirm their commitment to unity and preparations for the 2027 general elections. Staff reporter Adebayo Abdurrafi has more.
Party faithful from Ibadan Northwest and Ibadan Southwest local government areas converged on a popular event center in Ibadan to receive the APM governorship candidate, Honorable Bimbo Adekombi, as he continues his familiarization and thank you tour across Oyo State. Addressing the gathering, Honorable Bimbo Adekombi expressed appreciation to party leaders and members for their confidence in his candidacy and those of other contestants on the APM platform. He pledged to uphold party supremacy, ensure party leaders and faithful remain relevant in governance, and appealed to all stakeholders to work together in harmony, stressing that every member's contribution will be crucial to the party's success.
Our own message to the people is a message of continuity, consolidation, competence. And we are doing that on the platform of a coalition, as you know. Our message is that we are a party that brings unity. So everybody, the best brains, the best ideas, the best values, we want to work together with them, irrespective of party. We are a coalition already, so we welcome more people. You can see that we are not a party of disunity. You don't give respect to other people's voices and opinions and values.
The Oyo State chairman of the APM, Otunba Adegbenro Fagbemi, in his address urged members to remain united, saying everyone has a vital role to play in the growth and electoral success of the party. He warned against actions capable of causing disunity among stakeholders. Also speaking, chairman of the Oyo APM PDP Alliance, Honorable Dayo Ogungbenro, called for reconciliation among aggrieved members, noting that resolving internal differences will strengthen the party's chances in the 2027 elections. The two leaders publicly presented and raised the hands of Honorable Bimbo Adekombi and Engineer Muftau Opun Salau as the party's governorship candidate and running mate. In separate goodwill messages, party leaders including Chief Nureni Akombi, Dr. Remi Ayodele and Magaji Tajuddin Abbas Aleshinloye pledged their commitment to mobilizing support for the victory of APM candidates in future elections. They also urged the candidates to remain faithful to the interests and welfare of party members if elected into office. Other contestants, including Dr. Akin Fagbemi, who is the party candidate for Ibadan Northwest Southwest Federal Constituency, and Honorable Dikrulai Olajide, who is contesting the Oyo South senatorial seat, assured members of their readiness to serve both the party and the people if given the mandate, while seeking the continued support and cooperation of party faithful. The familiarization and thank you tour by the Oyo State APM governorship candidate Honorable Bimbo Adekombi and his entourage to grassroots party faithful across the state continues next week. Adebayo Abdurrafi, BCOS News.
We'll now take a short commercial break. Please stay tuned.
Excuse me, ma. This is your 100% year.
Babes, are you sure you want to spend this much on hair? Didn't your landlord just increase rent?
I saved for this one separately on Money Point.
Ma, you say you save on money points?
Yes.
This madam money points here, the array of Yadrea there is target savings money points I used to have it. The rest of this my sub is fees savings money points I used to do it. The salary of this my staff is save as you transact, son.
Jennifer, money point save as you transact. Money point fixed savings and money point target savings.
What's up? Why can't someone who contribute to you? Why should they? Come on, oh, you go give your money to Adaku to save. You see money points accounts there. You know go open a savings account. Now Adaku you shoot. I beg everybody inside this my saloon. Oh, yeah, bring out your phone and download the money points hack now. Even you. What are you waiting for? Download the money points hack now. Adaku, wow, open money points account.
Money Point, made for your progress.
Our bodies get serums, washes, lotions, cleansers, scrubs, but underarms only get deodorant? That's why our new breakthrough formula contains pure hyaluron and vitamin C to deeply care for your underarms for a softer and even skin tone in 2 weeks. With 72 hours sweat and odor protection, try the new Nivea Derma Control Natural Tone because your underarms deserve more. Nivea is for skin.
Alert! Uncle Today's car just pulled in.
What is new? Why are people staring at me like this? Wonderful.
How about now?
Ah, see these jokers. So you want hide better thing from your uncle?
New Pure Bliss Gold, now in 3 delicious flavors for your delightful indulgence.
Ah, Pure Bliss Gold know they have.
Welcome back. The federal government has evacuated 39 more Nigerians from Johannesburg, South Africa on an emergency flight. The arrangement was made to accommodate nationals who could not return on Thursday's evacuation flight. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Bianca Odumegwu-Ojukwu, disclosed this in a statement today. The minister said the additional flight was arranged to avoid disrupting the pre-scheduled evacuation flights for nationals who completed their documentation on time. Odumegwu-Ojukwu added that the last flight under the exercise, expected to bring home about 300 more Nigerians, would arrive in the country next week. She reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to the safety of Nigerians in South Africa. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, says Nigeria recorded an increase in confirmed Lassa fever cases during epidemiological week 26 of 2026, with 31 new infections. The new confirmed cases were recorded in Bauchi, Ondo, Taraba, and Benue states. According to the latest NCDC Lassa fever situation report released by the Public Health Agency today, the report showed that 221 deaths have been recorded cumulatively in 2026, with a case fatality rate of 24%, higher than the 18.7% reported in 2025. It revealed that people aged between 21 and 30 years remained the most affected group, although confirmed cases ranged from 1 to 93 years with a median age. A productive economy remains the foundation for improved living standards, as sustainable growth depends largely on increased production, investment, and a resilient domestic economy. This was the submission of an economist, Dr. Adekunle Onile, and a public affairs analyst, Bright Richard, while discussing the topic, IMF warning rising cost of living and poverty level on the BCOS Current Affairs Breakfast Program AM 120. Our reporter, Fedora Folagboye, who monitored the program, has more.
The recent warning by the International Monetary Fund, IMF, over Nigeria's rising cost of living and increasing poverty has renewed concerns about the nation's economic outlook. With inflation remaining high and purchasing power declining, many households continue to grapple with worsening economic conditions, prompting renewed calls for practical measures to cushion the hardship. Speaking on BCOS Current Affairs Breakfast Program, AM 120, economist Dr. Adekunle Onile described Nigeria as a largely consumption-driven economy, noting that excessive dependence on imported goods has continued to slow economic growth and development. He stressed that sustainable economic progress requires greater productivity and active citizen participation, urging Nigerians to embrace innovation, entrepreneurship, and other legitimate income-generating ventures that will contribute to national economic growth.
Which is it. So what the IMF is saying is not a contradiction and it's not a mistalk or a misjive. It is essentially what most developing nations or developing economy face two different scenarios. And in the case of Nigeria, where we have ongoing reforms, you don't expect instant magic. Some changes, some gains will not be too obvious. Some gains will take time. In fact, most gains will take time. Only few will be spontaneous.
Also speaking on the program, public affairs analyst Bright Richard observed that many Nigerians are finding it increasingly difficult to meet their basic needs as the rising cost of living continues to outpace household incomes. He maintained that the removal of fuel subsidy has yet to produce the expected economic benefits for ordinary Nigerians, arguing that the policy has not sufficiently addressed the prevailing economic challenges.
Why I said almost everybody in Nigeria is poor is this. How much will it cost you to get a simple meal, not less than 1,000 naira? MBS came up with a statistics that about 1,500. Let's give it to them. Let's pick 1,000 naira. And if it will cost you 1,000 naira for